Paul McCartney called us shitmen?
I don't know, because I don't really fucking care.
Oh hey y'all, it's Ryukin here, and welcome to your weekly dose of reviewing stuff. And today, in this new episode of Weekly Dose of Reviewing Stuff here, we are going to take a look at the generic magnetic power bank. So does it will perform any good? Let's find it out in this new episode of Weekly Dose of Something that I have already talked about in a few minutes earlier. Alright, so without any further announcements to do, let's get this episode started. Alright, so here is our fine looking package of the generic magnetic power bank right here. And first of all, this thing right here, it doesn't even look that interesting at all. Oh yeah, what I'm going to say about it, it doesn't even look that interesting at all, guys. And first of all, the front, you're probably going to see that is just a picture of what is supposed to be the magnetic power bank itself. And also, the front right here doesn't even have a brand name at all. It's just, well, a plain white generic magnetic power bank of that stuff. And when you flip onto the back, you can see that it's just the same name in different languages. And of course, you can see that it's written in English, French, Dutch, German, whatever, and some Japanese stuff, and including Russian. And oh yeah, of course, there is also a picture of what is supposed to be the iPhone 11 or 12 at overture, and there is the magnetic power bank right here, the same thing as what on the front is actually going to attach to, and that's really it. So it's just a plain white looking packaging going on here on this generic magnetic power bank right here, which from now on I'm just going to call this a generic power bank anyways, just to keep the cost down in my script. And oh yeah, so of course you got some certifications which y'all not going to care about, because well, it's just doesn't even relate anything to the package at all. It's just some writing on the package itself. That's really it. Alright, so but since the package of this thing right here, it doesn't even look that interesting at all, so right now I'm going to get this thing to unbox. And right now, without further ado, let's get this thing to unbox, shall we? Alright, and here is our generic power bank right here, still in the package. And right now I'm going to pry it open to see what the contents we got inside. Alright, so right now I'm going to open up from this flap here, the bottom flap I think. Inside the box, the moment of truth, we got what is supposed to be the magnetic power bank right here, which it feels cheap and generic. Also inside the box, we also got the user manual, probably some typical Chinese printing on there, and as well as English on the back, which fortunately is not just there, but also, wait, oh, never mind, it is just my fail, because well, I thought there would be more languages. And you can see that it's just written in English and written in Chinese on the back. And the moment of truth here, the generic power bank. And the battery died out on my hand, just like in the previous video. Of course, you can see that this thing right here is in black, in fact a black color actually. And taking a look around at the generic power bank itself, so you can see that here is the place right here where you can put your phone into charge, and there is some bunch of information on the power bank itself right here. So I'm going to use the main screen once again to take a better view of what it's gonna read there. And my camera on my phone, okay, so right now it's focusing, and you can see that here says magnetic wireless power bank, and input is right about 5 volts 3 amps, and the capacity right here is 3000 milliamperes, and it's made in China of course, and some certifications which y'all didn't care about. And on the bottom, once again, you got a lightning port as well as the dot right there for your status LED, which the only thing that is gonna tell you is just 2 LED lights, the orange tells that is actually less than 80% of the power is present, and the green light, which that means right now is fully charged, is actually more than 80% of power according to the instruction manual of this power bank right here. And of course, I'm using my iPhone to record this, but well, I'm gonna talk about my experience right here that I have with this thing. First of all, this thing right here, somehow this is only good for some situations where you have an emergency charging. Like for example right here, if your iPhone battery die out during while you have like some important message to send to someone with, you're probably going to need this emergency power bank right here to charge your iPhone up like in a quick way. And yeah, this thing right here is just some, you know, an emergency power bank that you might going to need in case of some situation, if you want to send some important message to someone, or you have like any confidential data that you're running on. So this thing right here is actually gonna save your iPhone battery's life. Well, this thing right here for 3000 mAh of battery is not gonna last that long after all. It's because, well, if you want to use a really good power bank out of this, you might going to, well, get an Eloop or like some well-known power bank brands out there. So, and oh yeah, of course, I do have buy one, but well, I'm going to make a video about it in the next video. So, but yeah, actually, this power bank right here is, well, just like what I said, is only good for emergency charging, but not for everyday use, like what you want to expect from an Eloop or some other well-known power bank brands out there that you have ever heard of. And of course, this thing right here, it has a really low capacity and it's not gonna last that long. And for the material, yeah, it is pretty janky, not gonna lie. But yeah, this thing right here is just made out of plastic. Yeah, it's just really cheap, not gonna lie. But of course, it does work with my iPhone 10. So, but yeah, I have a really bad experience with this. But well, there is some like certain points where my iPhone would eventually got heated up and it stopped charging on this. But I don't know if it is actually any issue to my iPhone or something. But yeah, my iPhone kind of overheats from this thing. Like I would have to take out my case and then charge it like afterwards. So, and oh, the screen on my Apple Watch is sleep. Alright, so yeah, so what are my conclusions with this? Yeah, so this thing right here is only good for emergency charging, just like what I said many times. And also the material of this thing right here, it is just a well-known plastic that you might going to familiar with phone or some other well-known brands, but it's just pretty janky. It feels like a cheap little toy right here that is actually as an everyday stuff that you might going to expect with. But yeah, at least it's only good for emergency charging after all. And yeah, this thing right here, at least it works with my iPhone 10, and yeah, it's just completely janky. But that's really it for this generic power bank right here that I got from my mom. So, but she actually did bought 2 of them, which she got it on like something like about buy one get one for free or something like that. But she actually did, but somehow she just want to try a wireless charging on her phone, but somehow that didn't work. But when I got an iPhone 10 and I have to use this thing to charge up, it works. So, but at least it only works for emergency charging after all. And right now I have my really good power bank, and it's actually a well-known brand that you have heard of. Alright, so and for the Eloop right here, I'm going to make a review about it in the next video. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Alright, so that was basically it for now for the generic power bank right here that I got from my mom, which right now I have 2 of them from her, which yeah, the other one right there is something like a sticker which I'm not going to show to you what actually on there. But yeah, actually this is actually the one of them that I got from my mom. But alas, this thing right here feels like a Shibu toy, but of course this thing right here is pretty much a pocketable size that you might going to actually have your iPhone bring on this power bank right here, and you can put it in the pocket like every time. But here at least it's pocketable after all. It's suitable for putting this on your iPhone, but while you have it in your pocket or whatever. So, but at least it works. Alright, that was it. The generic magnetic power bank, right? Or known as the generic power bank, like what I said in the beginning of the video. And before I go here, so if you didn't subscribe to my YouTube channel yet, so please consider subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I do really appreciate that. Ryukin the normal boss, welcome to you always. But although you can't really see my face right now, so I'm just going to bring my face here. Alright, so I'm just going to change the camera angle anyways. Alright, this is any better? Alright, so before I go right here, so if you haven't subscribed to the Ryukin the normal boss yet, so please consider subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I do really appreciate that. More subs means more friends. Well, alright, so that was basically it for this episode of the generic magnetic power bank right here, and I will see you guys there in the next video. And also consider to give me a like, share, or comment, whatever you want. And alas, for now. Or else the script will be spoiled for no reason. I'm not gonna spoil that anyways. But anyways, bye bye! Yay! Woo!